We're live.
Okay. Hello, everybody. This is Ahmed. I'm here with talking about the Gadget Repair Expo 3.0 in Orlando, May 11th and 12th, because you all going to be there. So I'm excited to see everybody over there. We have a great panel here. We have Nicole. Nicole, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Nicole with Cellbotics, training, everything you need training. If you're a multi-unit owner, reach out to me. We have an amazing white label platform for training and franchise onboarding. So excited about that. And Repairs First Association. If you own a retail location and you are not a member, I don't know why. Let me help you become a member.
You got to be members. This is a great organization that helps you to get some discounts, make things shorter for you, make things faster for you. Actually, it's connecting you with vendors, suppliers, all the good stuff. Thank you, Nicole, for having you over here. Tony Baker, how are you, brother?
Hey everyone, this is Tony from GSM Warehouse, a pre-owned certified wholesaler for devices, Apple product, Samsung product, Apple Watches and iPad, and others. We will be at the GRE, the Gadget Repair Expo, on the 11th and 12th of May. Make sure you attend. I think, are we giving free tickets during the live, Nicole?
Yes, we
are. Get your ticket today. There's 1 week. We're only 1 week away.
1 week. Oh, who's this?
Someone's mic is on. Turn off your mic. Turn off your mic.
Who's working with the compressor? Was it you, Martin?
Yes.
So we're actually on Martin's channel. So say hi to all of your followers, Martin.
Yes, Martin, go ahead. How you doing, brother?
Doing great. Thank you so much. My name is Martin, and we have a small YouTube channel that we teach micro soldering and part of refurbishment. We do a lot of business-to-business repairs, mainly micro soldering. We have 5 stores here in the state of Washington, and we've been doing this for the last 10 years.
You have 5 stores?
Correct.
That's amazing.
Okay, I'll come back again with some questions for you. Thank you so much for being at
Martin, just in case somebody is listening that doesn't speak English, can you say what the expo is in Spanish and that you're going to be there?
For sure.
He's our translator.
Yeah. Gracias, mi nombre es Martín. Vamos a estar en una expo en Orlando el 11 y 12 de mayo. Este es un lugar donde se van a presentar muchos expositores y muchos proveedores de servicios, de partes de teléfonos. Entonces, si quieres ser parte de eso, puedes comprar tu ticket ahí donde dice gadgetrepairexpo.com.
Thank you.
Thank you, Martin. And we have Milton. Did I say the name right?
Yeah. Yep, Milton. Yep.
Okay, go ahead.
Go from screenbuyer.com, and we help a lot of repair shops, repair centers, our 2 facilities, and anybody around the world that needs access to the refurbishing market internationally. Even if you do refurbishing locally, we do buy for the 10Rs, the 11s, anything that's lower models, and the undesirable models to refurbish in Europe or the US. We help them find a solution to process those. Yep. Provide cash flow for everybody.
Wonderful. Well, you're based out of what city?
New York, Miami, and Hong Kong, Shenzhen.
New York, Miami, and Hong Kong. Okay, wonderful. Mm-hmm. Thank you for being on the call. We have Nick Buford. Am I saying right? Yep. Did I say it right?
Close enough, Buford. What's up, guys? I'm Nick Buford from Wholesale Gadget Parts. We're located in Tulsa, Oklahoma. We've been a supplier for a good part of the industry for the past 15 years, and we have whatever you need, parts, tools, accessory-wise, from iPhone 3 or even 2G all the way up to the 14 and Samsung, wow. HTC. Basically, if it's a phone, if it's a tablet, if it's a part, we got it. Check us out.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for being over here. Yep. Now we got Jeff. Jeff, my man, what's going on, brother?
Hey guys, how's it going? Jeff Sandridge here. If you don't know who I am, I own the Smart Pometics in Huntsville, Alabama, which is one of the most successful single store locations of any repair shop in the nation. Last year, we were close to 2 million in sales, and I like to do a lot to try and help other store owners, coaching them, teaching them. So I've started a business called Apex Business Coaching, where I do one-on-one coaching with other store owners and try and teach them things that will increase their sales profitability and help them to have freedom from their stores. And I will be speaking at the Gadget Repair Expo next week as well. So I hope to see everybody there. I'm going to be talking about ways to grow your business in the current economy, as well as 7 steps to take to be able to create your own $1 million store. So hopefully that'll help some people.
Excited about that.
Your hour is going to be great. I think everybody should attend. I think if you want to compare yourself. You should not compare yourself with anybody, but if you do, compare yourself with winners like Jeff. I love seeing. I'll be there, Jeff. Definitely.
Thanks, Ahmed. I appreciate that.
Man. No, definitely. If I want to have a store, I want to be like your store. Lucia.
Yes.
With Echo. Yes. Go ahead. Did I say your name right?
Yes, you did. You did. It usually takes people a while, but no worries. Okay. Yeah. So I'm with ACO. I work with all of our retail and repair shops. ACO offers top-rated device protection for phones, pretty much all your household electronics, and it's really kind of revolutionized device protection. So it's designed to be better for the customer and really good for the shops too. I personally came to ACO because of how the product can support local businesses. So feel free to reach out to us if you're interested. If you'd like to try device protection, we also are using the code GRE1, so GRE and the number 1. For a first month free of device protection.
Here you go. And I want to just add one more thing to what you said, Lucia. You should not try. You should commit. Insurance is important. Your car has insurance. Your house has insurance. Your phone should have. This is the most thing that we use. So this is not an add-on service. This is a must in every wireless and telecommunication and cell phone store. But thank you so much, Lucia. We're gonna talk more about what you got.
Is it Lucia? Am I been saying it wrong all this time?
It's Lucia.
It's Lucia. Okay. I was about to say, girl, you should have told me.
We'll correct
I get everything under the sun. I'm not totally offended.
Thank you for not being offended.
Okay. We have Burak, right?
Yes, this is Burak. How are you, Ahmed?
I'm doing great, brother. How are you doing? Go ahead.
I'm well. Thank you so much. Hey, everyone. This is Burak from Phone LCD Parts. And we are giving the service all retail stores for most of the replacement parts and cases, accessories, machines, and soldering parts. Actually, shortly, like we are giving to what is need one of retail store, we are providing everything. And we are located in New Jersey, and we have pretty big one of the warehouse, and even like 50,000 square feet. And we are trying to giving best service for all our customers up to 5,000 location. And if you want, I can say something in Turkish and Azerbaijani language as well, because a lot of the watchers we have.
Let's go ahead.
Merhaba arkadaşlar, hepiniz hoş geldiniz. Ayın 11'i ve 12'sinde Orlando'da biz de Gadget Expo'da olacağız. Hepinizi bize katılmaya bekliyoruz. Orada güzel vakit geçirmeyi umuyoruz. Tekrardan görüşmek üzere. Thank you so much.
I love that. Oh, this is great. We're reaching so many people. This is awesome.
You should have said teşekkürat at the end, right?
Yes, teşekkürler. Yeah.
So there you go. I still remember some Turkish. I've been there.
Yes, and we can say shukran as well.
No, but I did live there for over a year, so I do have. Yeah. I remember a little bit what you said. No, I'm glad that you said it. Yes, we have Jonathan. Jonathan, go ahead, my friend.
Yes. Hello, guys. First of all, sorry for not having my camera on. I was just in the middle of something, but I'm about to be on the camera. So I'm going to present myself. I'm the CEO at Easy Learning. Easy Learning is a platform that we're using to communicate people and give a little bit of access to the information that's into the micro soldering world. We have Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and we have a lot of information there that you can use in order to learn. And we have also exciting news.
I think it's exciting news that they're going to announce at the GRE.
Okay. Oh, yes,
Cliffhanger.
absolutely.
Can you hear me now?
No, yes. I lost you for a second.
Yeah. So I was just saying that we have exciting news that we're gonna be launching our new platform on May 11th, and you're gonna be able to access there, and we're gonna have a lot of free trainings for people. So yeah, really excited.
I love it. That's awesome. Okay. So today we're talking about upselling, how to market in a tough economy, how to create more opportunities in a tough time. What I want to start today is we all has been cornered in one spot. Like I've been chased when I was a kid. I've been chased by dogs. I've become faster. I've been trying, almost drowning in a pool. Suddenly I become the best swimmer. When you get in a deep bad situation, what I'm trying to say, you start using extra skills that you never even knew you had it, and then everybody has power hidden inside of them somewhere. You cannot get it. You're not going to get it out, or you're not going to discover it until the tough times. So this is a tough time right now. We're going through, the whole world going through this tough time. Inflation, bad economy. Let's face it. We're not going to hide it. We're not going to say it's not. It is. But this is the time that where every strength, every skill that you have need to come out. All the things that you learned and you've been hiding need to come out and start getting the survivor mode and fighting back mode. No more for survivor. We're going to fight back. So I want to hear from everybody what they're doing to keep their business going and keep their business going. I want to start with, I would like to start with Jeff. Jeff, give me some of your tips, man. Give people, what are you doing to upsell and to push more? And we'll go around the table.
Okay. Yeah, great. So, yeah, I mean, just like everyone else, our store's been, having a little bit of issues as far as dropping off in sales and things like that. So we've had to adapt and make some changes to compensate for that. And it's taken a while. And like you said, you have to, when you're pushed down and pushed into a corner or whatever, you have to adapt and learn new things and new skills. So that's what we've been trying to figure out what to do recently, because the current economy and everything is new, the way it is, especially coming out of COVID when everything was amazing and you could sell something just by throwing it up in the air and somebody buy it, so it's a drastic change and a shock. And so the types of things that we have found that have been working so far is one, we had to adapt a lot of our advertising and things like that to compensate for it, because people don't have as much expendable income anymore, and they don't want to put things on credit as much because of the high interest rates. And so it's a lot harder to sell devices. Devices was like one of our major things that we were doing is device sales, and device sales have dropped off quite significantly. And repairs even have dropped off a little bit because people are trying to hang on to their devices longer before they trade them in or before they get them fixed. They'll deal with a little bit of a cracked screen, things like that. So in order to kind of compensate for these things, we're having to find new ways of advertising, new products, new services to offer that are going to be able to bring in customers, and be able to offer them what it is that they need. And that's something that I always ask myself, whenever I'm trying to figure out something, is what is it that the people actually need the most right now? And a lot of people, they need an affordable option for being able to get something fixed. Right. So it's more about pricing at this point than it has been in the past. In the past, we've been about, we got to be the best. And I don't care if I charge the most in the area because we use the best parts and we have the best technicians. So people can choose whether they want the cheapest product or they want the best product, and we're going to be the best. And that's always been my motto. But the way we've had to adapt is say, people need an affordable option right now. So we need to be able to do things as inexpensively as possible to be able to, compete with places like Apple and the big chains and things like that, to be able to bring in the customers. So we've been offering specials, we've been dropping prices, things like that, whatever we can do, and advertising those things. The whole point of this, and one of the things that I wanted to talk about the most, which we'll probably get to in a minute, is the importance of online presence. Because you can do whatever you want in your store. You can drop your prices, you can raise your prices, you can have a sale. It doesn't matter if nobody knows about it, then it's useless. So you have to keep yourself in the forefront of people's minds and do things to stay relevant. And I've got a lot of ways that we've been focusing on doing that sort of thing that has helped us to stay in people's mind, bring in that business that may have gone other places. But what I was noticing once I got into it is that people were calling, even our long-term customers, people that knew us, and they were calling and they're still price checking and considering going to another store if we didn't have the best price, because they're like, I just need this fixed for as cheap as possible. And so
it is combinations. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Keep finishing.
I was just going to say, so we modified things to drop our prices, to offer deals and incentives over the phone, through our emails, through all of our leads and things like that, just to be able to get people in the door, so that we can bring in more customers, we can get more calls, we can get more leads. And then once we get that, then that's when the importance of upselling comes in, because you have to compensate. If you're dropping your prices, you have to compensate somehow. And the best way to do that is to offer other services, other products, upsell.
Accessories. Don't let someone walk in and fix their phone and don't offer them accessories. Don't let someone buy a phone without offering them insurance. And when they buy a phone, offer them finance. All these things combined together, so it makes you more money. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you so much. Tony, I would like to hear from you, if you don't mind, since you guys own successful stores. That's why I wanted to hear from you first. Go ahead.
Hey everyone. So I like to give examples on first-hand situations. Accessories is very important. Unfortunately, it slips a lot of employees' mind whenever they're the biggest problem that we see is the excitement of the salesperson during the sale. When a lot of these employees, when you have a new employee or someone that's been with you for a few months, the minute they're selling a phone or accepting a repair, their mind gets so excited that they're happy that they're selling a phone, they forget about everything else. And that's when they lose a lot of the upsells. Like, I'll give you an example. A few days ago, I was at one of my locations. Store was very busy. I think it was 2 to 3 days ago, Saturday or Friday. And I have a quiet salesman who's been with us for about 8 months, 9 months. He was selling an iPhone XR. And I walked by him. He's about to collect the money from the customer. So I go to his computer, and I think a lot of people do that. Instead of conversing with your employee in front of the customers, I go to Google and I just start typing. You need to ask the customer to buy a case and a tempered glass. So I said, look. So he looks at the message that I wrote down on the screen, and he says, hey, let me get you a case. The customer automatically said, oh, you guys have cases for iPhone XRs. Of course, I gave that employee the look like I'm about to beat him up. Like, come on, you serious? You could have done that without me telling you. Customer did buy a case and a tempered glass just by me reminding the sales person to ask the customer. So I think a lot of times we face that customers don't buy accessories is because your salesperson is not asking them. So it's very important that you find a way, no matter what way, what approach you have for your customer, for your employees, to remind them about those things. In my stores, what we end up doing, we printed a small sticker, we put it on the monitor of the computer. It says, ask customer for case, tempered glass, charger. So every time that the employee is about to ring up a work order for a repair or selling a phone, if he had already forgot to offer the customer a case or a tempered glass or accessories, they would see that right there. I did see the drop in the industry from other cell phone repair shops. I cannot relate much to it because I think right now I have some stores that are doing better than what they were doing last year, April or March. I think it's the salesperson. It is the salesman. If the salesman has negative vibes in the store or negative thoughts in the store, it's always going to be negative. So if you have a large team, I think you really need to look at who is the person that's on the phone every day with all the employees passing around negative vibe, and that's the person you need to take out. I call them molds, and these guys are. They will probably let half of your team quit for no reason and convince them that they can work a at a corporate company and get paid $20 an hour while you're probably paying them $15? Yes, they can get $20 an hour, but I can guarantee you that Verizon or T-Mobile or AT&T is not going to give them more than 40 hours a week. And unfortunately, we are in an era that our bills are more than what we make. So we really need to put overtime to make money. I can relate to a lot of these employees. I work as an employee. I never treat myself as a business owner. And that is the only thing that keeps me motivated. If you see me motivated, and if you think that I have a lot of energy, what keeps the energy is I don't treat myself as a business owner because I could sit home and relax. That's what a lot of store owners falls into. That trap is they get comfortable in their own bubble. And they have John working at their store for 7 years, and they're just sitting home spending time with their dogs or kids. Okay, there's
Question to Tony. Can you hear me?
We're texting you, Tony. We're texting you.
Okay, my screen is good. Can you see me? My screen is.
Your screen's frozen, but you're frozen like this, so it's okay.
We can see you. Go ahead.
Intense thought.
Okay. I don't know. Okay. Quick question to Tony and Jeff and Martin. You guys own stores and you have salespeople. I'm going to ask you, Martin, a question. Do you compensate your customers with? Not customers, employees. Sorry. Do you compensate your employees on sales?
Correct. Yes.
Can you? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Martin has a very short answer. He says yes. That's it.
Yes.
Okay. So you pay them when they make more sales.
Correct. Yes.
Okay. Fantastic. Okay.
Do you feel
Martin,
like it's a big motivator?
Yes, of course, because sometimes they can make the paycheck, and at the end of the month, they make another $1,000 more.
Right. I think it's a big motivator too. I wanted to ask, because Tony, you brought up a good point, because I actually had this conversation with someone last week. They have a big company and they have a group of people handling a project, and one person is pretty negative, and it's like everyone else is on board, everything's going good, and then the person enters, and without them even speaking, it's like you can feel that energy change.
I'm a big believer in that. I'm a very big believer in vibe.
Right.
I'm the kind of person, I walk into a store out of our 14 locations. If I walk into a store and the vibe is like depressing, my soul cannot stay in the store for more than 5 minutes. Right. If I feel that, I call my partner and I said, hey, something is wrong with this guy. You either take him out of the store, put him in another store, or fire him, or don't give him hours, because it is the soul. I walked into another store yesterday. These little balloons that like dance and whatever. So I before I walk into the store, the dancer balloon was going like sideways. It wasn't set right, and it was just like doing this, right? And the stand in front of the store, which has like Gin Mobile or Simple Mobile on it for prepaid, it was on the floor. I walked into the store. We have 2 TVs in the store. One of them was off. One of them was on. There was no music. And the first vibe, the first thing I hear from the employee, I walk in, I said, how you doing? He says, man, it's slow. I said, come here. I opened the door. I said, do you see the fucking dance? I'm sorry, excuse my language. I said, do you see the dancer saying like this? This is bad. And then I go, do you see the sign on the floor? This is bad. This is your appearance. This is how do you walk out of your house without wearing your shoes or your shirt? This is your outside clothes
image of the business. Yes.
I said, look at the TV. Before you complain to me that it's slow, turn your TV on, fix the dancer, set up the stand, open the door, put a speaker, put some music, and let me know if it's slow then.
Right.
Yeah.
Thanks.
You have to.
The vibe that he was talking about, how he was, because he fell off when I asked that. I'm a big believer in that too. I feel like someone, even without speaking, can affect like the energy in a business. And so if your team, all of your team is not on board with your company's success, one person can really affect the company. I'm a big believer in that. It really, really hit home for me.
Oh, yeah.
When Tony said, if they're even thinking that way, I really believe in that. So I just wanted to kind of elaborate on that a little bit more. We do have a question from Phil. I don't know
Go
if you guys
ahead.
want to comment on that, but we have a question. Phil is from the UK, because he has a podcast that I've been on before. Really awesome guys, over the pond is what I like to say, but bunch of business owners who own shops across the pond get on his podcast, and they talk shop much like we do every single week. So he asked, do you all just do mobile phone repairs or PC laptops as well?
Jeff, you want to take that call, or Barack?
Anybody else do repairs that doesn't have a store on here? We do repairs and not have a store.
Anybody does anything besides mobile?
More like cell phone? When you say mobile, or you mean like mobile?
He means cell phone.
Yeah. We do laptops, we do computers, we do TVs, whatever comes through that door. I'm paying rent.
Yeah, I think gaming consoles are getting up.
So whatever he can fix. We never
gaming consoles are picking up too. Like customizing gaming consoles. I hear that's the up and
charging
coming
port
thing.
for PlayStations. They charge iFix charge $249 for HDMI cables. And if I haven't checked, but someone told me it's like $5. Am I right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
We're gonna let Om go. He keeps falling off. Okay, I want to hear from everybody else. Even if you don't have a store, you are working with store owners every day, all of you. So let's go around let's start with Milton, and we'll go to Nick, and we'll kind of go around. We've talked to the people who actually own stores, but you guys are actually in a unique position because you actually talk to shop owners every single day. So you're hearing different feedback. And I know you have clients that are struggling, but then you have clients that are doing really well and don't know what anyone's talking about.
Yes.
So can you share some of those stories? Hold on, Amit. I just positioned them with a question. I know you missed it. But
No, go ahead. I'm sorry, my internet's going up.
It's okay.
Yeah, that's all right. Actually, I can start something. My average every day with customer conversations, like counting, is up to 100 people. Every day I'm talking with up to 100 different location owners. And I can say like that, if I need any numbers, I can say 35% which is making the MacBooks and laptops and other things repairing as well. And actually, even I can say that one too. Some of locations are making only Apple products, not the Samsung or other models as well. This is a little bit coming from oldest habits, sometimes they are start with the Apple and they want to only making Apple repairs, not the other brands or something. Like they are, I don't know, this is a little bit interesting, but this is reality.
Yeah.
And every day we are talking with the all store owners. Actually, I can add something about the other point as well. For me, because now, I'm a wholesaler right now, and my business only with the location owners. That's all right. But on the past, I was 2013, 2014, I was managing some of the locations in New York, Connecticut, Massachusetts sites. And I can say that for me, it's up to sale. For up to sale, the education is most of important things. If you know what you are selling, and if you know how you are doing this business, and the customers are coming and trying to trust you. They are coming and they are waiting to your word, what you are saying. Right. You are know this business, you are know how it's fixing or no. And if they can take it something about, if they are trusting to you, like, yes, this technician knows this business and they can handle my phone or tablet or whatever. And then the sales is done. And then you can add the more sales on this trust building, like a case, accessories, or something like that.
And I love that you bring that
for
up.
Me,
I love that
for
you bring
me,
that up.
starting from first touch. The customers are come to you and they are see your store, is that clean or you are presentable, and they thinking you know this business or not, because they are totally different persons. Maybe they are didn't see before you, and that's why the most of important things for me, the first touch, and then can be built something on the top, like extra sales.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I've seen that too when you talk about training.
Just one thing I just want to add, because since we're talking about upselling, like Burak said, thank you so much, Burak. The very important information. He makes 100 calls a day. He's targeting stores. He's helping a lot of stores, and he's finding out a lot of stores are doing only Apple. So if you're watching, I mean, you could be your biggest challenge to yourself. You are the problem for your business, not making your business grow because you're limited your options. You need to add insurance. You need to add like when they say add on, it's not an add on. This is the business. The financing and the insurance and fixing everything electronics is the business. What you did, you just took one slice of the business and you're focusing on, and you left 90% of the business. So
Ahmed, I want to elaborate on one word you said. I don't want to forget it. You said you are the problem of you're the biggest problem to your business. That is actually true 100%. When we started devising, selling wholesale devices, I realized that a lot of the biggest challenge that I had as a wholesaler in the cell phone industry was that the store owner was buying the phones as he would be the one carrying them. So everybody would wanted brand new looking devices for used phone prices. So a lot of challenges that we were facing was you as a store owners, of course, you're financially better than your customers. So a lot of the people were trying to buy devices that fits what they want, not knowing that there is customers that still walk into your store asking for flip phones. And believe it or not, there is. This is if you walk into a cell phone repair shop, don't buy what you want. Buy what your customers want. I've just recently, about a month ago, there's a customer that's been buying from us for about 4 years. Owns about 4 locations in the Atlanta area. He's been buying A/B grades or whatever, and he's been paying about $280, $290 for iPhone 11s. So I gave him an offer. I said, hey, why don't you carry C grade in your store to see if the price difference, $20 difference, can make difference in your stores. He bought 30 iPhone 11s the first time. It's been about a month and a half or 2. Since then until now, all he's buying is C grade. He's saving at least probably $2,000 to $3,000 a month from his orders because he dropped the grade.
He dropped the price.
Now,
yes.
A lot of people, you want to. What it is, the biggest issue is a lot of the sales reps want to have an easier transaction with the customer. But if you have a very good prices, competitive prices, and a good salesman, you will not be affected by the economy that we're going through right now.
Right. Okay. I'm going to give it to you.
We're going to go to Jonathan.
Go ahead, Jonathan. I want to talk. I want to hear.
Hold on. We're going to go in order around the screen, so everybody gets something to say. Jonathan. We're going to skip Jonathan, okay? I mean, we skipped him already, so we're going to go back to him. All right, Jonathan, go ahead. You want to give some tips?
Yes. Actually, now that you're talking about devices and prices and all this, that's one of the things. I have 3 stores here in Jacksonville, Florida. And one of the things that I did when I started seeing like changes on economy and everything that was going on, what I did is I went to my price sheet and I had a price set already of the lowest that I could do on the device. So I put like the highest and lowest. So my sales reps, what they always do is they come and say, hey, you know what? This phone is $300. But they know they have a room for at least $50, $60 that they can go down. And that helped me increase the sales. And now that we're talking about also importance of online presence, that was something that we also merged with our website. What we did is, as Tony said, there's devices in different conditions, A, B, A+, C. So what we did is, okay, you want a phone, you don't have a budget for an expensive phone, let's do a website where we can show people how they're graded and the difference on pricing. If you get a C, if you get a B, if you get an A+, and people are actually accommodate to what they want and what they can pay and they can afford. So this is one of the things that helped me a lot through all this that I was going through. And every store is going through the same thing. So we did all this, applied the pricing. I applied also like a way to motivate the sales rep as well. So, hey, if you sell this phone in a full price, your commission is higher. If you gotta lower the price, then you still get a commission, but it's gonna be lower. So every time a customer comes into the door, the person that's in front selling, they always try to give you like the highest price because they want to get the highest commission. Now, this is a way that I did it in all my 3 locations. As Jeff mentioned, sales on devices decreased a lot. Like that was something that we really had an impact as well. But as soon as we make these changes and we start accommodating everything for people budgets and everything, it boom again. Like it just everything started coming again. People were referring them like, hey, you know what, these people have devices in different grades, so you can get a cheaper iPhone 11 if you don't have to spend like a lot of money for like a new one. So that was something that really helped my stores, and I would like to share it so people can actually see probably something that they can take from there and apply it in the stores. And this can be applied with different things, not only with phones. It can be applied with cases.
Diverse grading.
Right, right.
It.
So that's one of the things that really worked for me. Now to the next one.
Awesome. Thank you, Jonathan. That was great. Milton, I want to tee you up real quick to see if you have any tips. You are a screen buyer. You guys buy broken screens from stores, correct?
Yeah, that's one of the things we do. And
and I want to mention this because a store can also calculate in what they could get for a screen that they're taking off a device to affect a repair pricing. I mean, have you seen that, or for them to make sure that they're calculating that as something that they're getting back, or?
Yeah. Well, one of the things I've noticed is that like the newer devices, especially the 12 Pro Maxes and higher, the yield is becoming lower on a lot of buybacks because of the fact that the device is thinner, the LCD is thinner. So a lot of technicians are actually not careful removing the display on them. So that's something that, to put into consideration is you'll have a working display, but then when you pry it out, especially with the 12 Pro and higher, that's a lot of yield is being lost on that. So a lot of repair shops are noticing they're getting less yield on their buybacks, unfortunately. And I'm sure everybody knows how the yield is right now for a lot of buybacks. But I just wanted to touch something else, something that Screen Buyer does outside of the buyback, since we're very numbers focused. We also have a mastermind group that we invite a lot of repair shops to. And from the mastermind groups that Screen Buyer provides, we work with a lot of them in New York mostly. But we work with a couple of them around the country as well. And from the mastermind groups that we do have, we have learned that a lot of repair shops, they don't have the inventory. Sometimes you just need to have the inventory. Call Tony Baker. You need devices, get Tony Baker to give you some information on what his prices are, what kind of financing you could do with devices. If you don't have the inventory, what are you going to upsell? Some people, I wonder sometimes, why won't you just order more Galaxy displays? If you're the one guy who has the Galaxy displays, you're going to sell. And that's a big problem with a lot of repair shops. Sometimes you just need to have the inventory. If you don't have inventory, you have nothing for your sales team to sell. So that's
a small budget. You can have a small budget. I mean, there's, and I appreciate that, Milton. There's companies like Olympus Linden that can give you money to buy phones and pay back the same amount plus $100 within 30
inventory,
days.
like screens.
Exactly.
You mean, Milton, right? Like parts, right? For those.
Yeah. Well, you can do phones, you can do parts, you can do everything using that money. It's just cash flow that you can use. The biggest challenge that I've seen a lot of people going through is either they don't know how to level an inventory, like they don't know how to budget an inventory level. So keep $2,000-$3,000. You don't have to buy 10,000 or 20,000 because the prices are really rocking and going up and down. There's, like I said, I'm not trying to push myself, but there's companies like me or others that have devices always available. Buy a phone, buy 2, buy 5, put them in your showcase. Without you having these devices in your showcase, you cannot upsell. Without having iPhone XRs or iPhone 11 cases, you can't sell it. And there's companies like Axum Armor that has the tempered glass thing. It fits any phone. If you don't want to buy tempered glasses, buy a machine like that. Get the unlimited films that fits any size of phone and just sell it. You know what I mean? You don't have to have 100 or 50 or 200 tempered glass from all the models. Samsung A, there's too many Samsung models, A10, A13s. Just have that machine and sell it to your customers. I think with a $1,000 budget of accessories, you can have inventory that could probably turn back and get you about $10,000.
That's awesome. Thank you. I think that leads really great into Lucia. But Milton, did you want to add anything else before we go to her?
Yeah, yeah. Aside from the inventory issue, there's three things I wanted to go over. Just first thing is inventory. Trying to have some sort of inventory in your store, make yourself unique. From the mastermind groups, we also learned that that if you have like Facebook Marketplace is an engine for you guys to bring in traffic. Like we were going back to Tony Baker again, right? Try to get, if you have a device in hand, post it on Facebook and say, hey, I have this on Facebook, get the person in. Then you could upsell them on the tempered glass and the chargers and everything else. And the mastermind groups, I learned a lot of the top 10% of repair shops. They have the inventory. They use the Facebook.
How do they join this this mastermind you're talking about? I think this is great.
Yeah, it's with Eric. Eric is usually the one who runs it. He helps run it with us.
But who do they contact?
They actually go to the website, but it's really just contact me or Eric, and they could join the mastermind group.
Contact Milton. Well, some people might not know who you are or have any connection with you. Okay.
Okay, maybe
mastermind. And this
I
is
can definitely provide more information.
It's okay. Yeah. It's a free. So they can just reach out to screenbuyer.com and contact your company and ask about the mastermind.
Yeah, just give us a call and say, hey, I want to join the mastermind group. Yeah.
For free mastermind.
And
that's great.
Yeah, that's a good source. These mastermind groups really do teach you how to find a better way to get more people into for more foot traffic, more inventory, and even the last final thing that I learned a lot is the ticket number. From what Eric told me, if your shop doesn't have a $150 average ticket number, you're probably struggling. Aside from all the foot traffic, because $150 ticket number is what Eric told me is the golden number of a healthy repair shop. Yeah. That if you have like 10 transactions and the average is 150, whether it's devices, is a mix of a couple of things here and there, then you're going to be a very strong repair shop, most likely. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Milton. This was a lot of information, and we've got information about how to get in your mastermind. All right, Lucia, give us some information, and then we're going to go to Nick. And then we'll go to the next topic.
Well, I have to toot my own horn a little bit because I know we talked about, economic downturns and all that. And the reality is that if you can't afford to buy a whole new phone, you can't afford to not have device protection. And Akko's retail and repair shops just had their best month ever. So like we were saying, some people are slower. A lot of these shops are slower, but it's a great option. And like Tony was saying, I do talk to shops, hundreds of shops across the country. And I do see that there's almost a lack in confidence. They'll say, well, we're techs, we're not really salespeople. But if you just, say something at checkout every time, your attach rate will still be, pretty good. And if you're a member of Repairs First, you get every single repair in the lifetime of your Akko customer back to your shop.
And training.
We
have a full Akko training coming out like within just the next couple of weeks. I cannot wait. And even examples, like it's so exciting.
When I wanted to add something just when what Lucy I keep saying your name wrong.
It's okay.
How you say it?
Lucia.
Okay.
Remove the I.
Okay. Lucia. I know, Lucia. Okay. I keep talking to people. When I used to hire people, I hired employees here because we're a wholesaler company, and we call and we need more calls. Some of them get scared when you say sale, like it is the worst thing happening in the world. Like, how can I sell, man? How am I gonna? I'm like, are you serious? You're just talking to me right now. You're selling me. I said, it's all what you're doing is you're helping people. When a customer walks in and they broke their phone and you fix their screen, why don't you tell them you need a screen protector? You're not selling. You're helping him. Can we do that? That's what we need to train our employees. I guess the word sale is like we're salespeople. Everybody looking at us like we're the bad people. We're not bad here. We're helping people. So if you're not selling, everybody's selling everybody.
If your employees are not motivated, pay them commission on every single thing. Pay them commission on buybacks.
Yes,
we started paying commission on buybacks with buybacks devices. So I tell my employees, when you buy back devices, we pay you money.
That's it.
So there's 13 devices purchased in one day.
You gotta keep helping. Tell the employees, train your employees. Please help the customers when they come in. Look at him like he's your cousin or your brother. If you broke his phone, won't you yell at him for not buying a case? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, be nice to the customer. Just tell him buy a case.
Don't yell at him like he's your brother, right? I'm joking. Nick, I'm going to tee you up because obviously wholesale gadget parts. You are dealing with shops every single day across the country. What are you seeing, and what are some tips that you can give?
Yeah, some tips that I can give is shops should open up their avenues and ways for companies or for customers to be able to contact them. There's a lot of shops that all they have is a phone number, and half the time it ends up on a busy signal because they're on the line. So having phone calls, having chat on their website or Facebook or WhatsApp, having those different access, and then chiming in on what Ahmed just said, like when someone calls in and says, "Hey, I want to do, how much does an iPhone 11 repairs cost for the screen?" Like, think in your mind, okay, they're coming in for a screen repair, but also I can, mention the price of a screen protector or a case, mentioning the other prices, or even if you guys have a preset, like mentioning of what the bundle price will be for all of that, so that the person can realize, okay, I can get all of these from just one place rather than ordering off of Amazon or whatever it may be. And then shops should look at, there's the company Red Wolf with the polishing machine. That's a great way of upselling. Having multiple different types of screen qualities for those customers that want the lower end, or those customers that want the higher ends. You can have those different options. And then for those jobs that come in that are micro soldering or higher level than what you have, there's a lot of people in the communities that if you don't know how to do those repairs yourself, you can send them off and still get, a portion of that sale rather than just completely turning the customer away.
Totally. That's really great tips there. Yeah, I do like that machine. I've seen it in action. That's awesome. So we're going to move to the topic, online presence. So you said have more than a phone number. So you definitely teed it up because that's really important. And I just want to say really quick, me and Ahmed were even talking before we went live because we were talking about videos. And if you want to become known as the expert, as a repair shop in your area, it's not about putting repair content out. You're not teaching your customers how to fix. Teach them how to use their devices. Ahmed, what was the statistic that you said?
Apple released report, an online
statistic.
Yes, saying most average Apple user get only 10 to 15% out of the phone. We don't use everything on the phone. There's so many things. There's so many tools in the phone. Count your steps, sports, heart, medical. All what we do is just camera and text messages. The flash. Many things we can use out of this phone here. There is NFC applications over here. There's so much stuff.
Wireless charging. I can't tell you how many times a Samsung customer has come in and can't afford a charger and because their charge port's broken, but doesn't realize they can do wireless charging. So it's like make videos with, your brand. Maybe it's you and you're just talking to your phone and you're saying, I'm going to show you how to use this type of phone and this feature. It doesn't have to be YouTube quality, just good enough that your community can see you. Post it in Facebook groups, post it on your Facebook page.
And slow down posting a broken phone and a fixed phone every day the same picture.
I want to jump on something where it was trending for a little bit. I've seen a lot of store owners. Now, I don't know whose brand is who, but they were saying, come fix your screen with this X7 screen or OLED. Customers don't care. They don't know. They don't know the model of between this company and that company. It's kind of like crazy. Like it shocks me where like customers or store owners have like a little display that says, what is it, X07 or whatever the model of the screens or quality of the screens, and it says OLED. The customers don't know. They need good quality or bad quality. They need good price or cheap price. That's all they want to hear. So you as a store owner educating your customers on the name of the quality screens, they're going to know where you're getting it from. And I believe that, and I am always against, now this is my personal feedback. I'm always against repairing phones in front of your customers. A lot of people do it. It doesn't mean that I'm right and you're wrong. I'm against it. The reason why, you're giving someone who doesn't have any idea about what you do more questions to ask.
100%.
Okay. I've had my son's teacher go to one of my stores. I seen her on camera, and my employee calls me up. He goes, "What is wrong with this crazy lady?" she had an iPhone, I think 12 Pro Max, had a cracked back. We took it to the back room, and you know how the back glass machine makes sounds like laser or whatever. And she's like, she started panicking. She started going, "What is going on with my phone? Is my phone taken apart? I just need my phone back." Like, you have people that even if they hear the sound of the machine, they will get more. They will get into a panic mode that
Tony,
you don't need.
I need to add here before you move on from that, okay? Because we did a poll, so we track all of our students when they come to class. We do a student story, and last year when we ran the numbers, 40% came because they seen a person repairing their phone and judged that person and said, if that person can work on their own business from their car or have a store, and I can do it. And this is 40% of the people who travel and pay for our courses are people who watched you fix the device and said, if this idiot, this asshole can do a repair, then I can run this business.
So you're creating more competitors to you.
You are creating your own competitor. I cannot explain this enough that the more content you push out about how to repair, you're not, unless you have a YouTube channel like Martin, who is making revenue off of the YouTube channel and helping people. If it's just to give out, you want to let your customer just look at you, they're judging you. And they're saying, that took you 15 minutes and you made, you're charging me 100. And how much is the part on eBay? Oh my God, if this idiot can do it, I can do it. And then they go,
to a clinic,
and there's Soldbotics right at the top. Book a class.
What do they do when you go to a clinic? You walk into a clinic, they say, open your mouth. And they go out and they give you a paper, go get some ibuprofen and Tylenol. They charge you $150 for not doing nothing.
It's like a
these people go to school for 8 years.
It's like a mechanic. It's like a mechanic shop. You don't go to the you sit in the waiting room while your car is being fixed. Same thing. Treated like that. No, but this is good. Online sales. Who is pushing more online this year? I mean, I've been pushing online forever, but I mean, seriously. As a matter of fact, this is what I want to give you some tips. How we made when we started online business. Pushing the online business almost 7 years ago or 8 years ago. I said we got to go online. I hired 2 warehouse people. I hired a developer. I hired this. I invested $250,000 just to get my online business off the ground. I spent it because I was looking for millions and millions to sell online, not a couple of thousand. So in order for you to want to push online, you don't have to do what I did. I mean, I overspend money, but no matter what you do, you gotta give better deal online than your online in store. So give free shipping, give maybe 5% discount, coupons. Push the business online until it happens. Even if you're not making money online for a year or 2, you will make later. Follow the method. Follow the method. Just give me 1 second. Follow the method that Jeff Bezos did. Losing for 10 years, then making money. You're not going to lose 10 years. Just keep pushing and do it right. Don't do it. I already have my items online and nobody's buying because you're not advertising, because you're not updating, because you're not changing things. Keep cleaning your website. Go ahead, Tony.
Look at the car dealership. I'm sorry. I just feel like there's a lot of important information that I'd like to share. Look at the car dealership business. When they list a car, the listed price is with the trade-in of another car. So in the little writing, they would have, you must trade in your car to get the listed price. So they would list a price under their cost price. And when they list the price of a car, that would be the cheapest. Like, they would tell you this is an online price and you only get it online if you mention the online ad. Yep. So it is okay for you to put an iPhone XR in your store for $299 and to list it online for $229. You are not false advertising. All you're doing is this is an online price and these customers are online customers only. Remember, there is customers that I call them bonus customers because they're not meant for you. They're meant for whoever's the cheapest person online. There's customers that go online and they just find the cheapest price and they go to it. No matter if it's John Fix, Tony Fix, Mike Fix, whatever it is, they just go to that person. So it is okay for you to list a different price online because there's those customers that only go to the cheapest prices. And these customers are not meant for you. They're nobody's customers. They're floaters. They're the cheap customers. If you want those, list an online price with rules and regulations that they must trade in their old price, their old phone, and this is an online price only. They must mention it. So if someone comes into your store, doesn't mention the price, they pay $2.99 for an XR. They go out and they call you back a week later and said, you scammed me. You charged me $2.99 and it's listed for $2.29. Well, that's an online price. You should have mentioned it. Now, if you have an online platform where the customers can actually buy online, then just have that price only for online customers because it requires less employee talk. It requires less time in your store, and it requires no work. Just back it, ship it, done. You know what I mean? It requires 5 minutes from your employee to spend on that sale. So you don't have to pay rent, you don't have to pay employees, and you don't have to pay commission. So that's why you're able to do that low price. So focus on that. Advertise low prices online to get a lot of walk-ins. And I got chewed a few months ago when I listed my online repair prices. And multiple times actually for the past 5 years, somebody tags me into my post, somebody chewed me up in the cell phone repair shop group because I have repairs for iPhone 11s for $79. But not to mention that if you read between the lines, it says glass repair only. Now, with that being said, LCD repair is $99 or $109, the same price you guys are charging. So I list glass repair only. I get the customers that wants to pay cheap. I get their old screen back. I can either resell it or refurbish it and get my money back. So this is kind of like what Ahmed said, lose money for 10 years until you start making money. I don't lose money. I just collect the broken screens and I resell them or refurbish them, and that's how I make my money back.
Awesome.
That's
I just want to go around. I'm going to go around the room and let everybody put a little piece in. I'm going to start with Martin. Martin, what do you feel about online presence? You're on your channel right now. We are streaming to your channel. Your followers are watching. You know, they may have stores, may not, and everybody else that's watching. You have 5 stores, right? So, and you have a YouTube channel. What do you feel about it?
So online, I mean, it's one of the biggest things you can do. You don't pay rent. That's the biggest expense.
Yeah, that's true. I was like, what?
And then you can do it anywhere. I mean, you don't have to be in one place. You can manage it anywhere. So
has it helped your store get just walk-in customers having a YouTube channel, or is it just an additional revenue stream for you?
No, that's something additional because most of our content is on Spanish.
Okay.
So what we normally, when someone watch my channel, is because they're having a problem with the device. So normally it's for a technician that cannot fix one issue, and then that's how they get contact with us. So that's something extra, but mailing services. So we put a lot of videos that show how to fix a problem, but we also mention how complicated it is.
Right.
And then they say, you know what, it's too expensive. Let me contact you and let me send it to you.
Yeah.
So that's a different, because out of YouTube, we don't make enough to just be there.
Got it.
So, but by mailing devices, we do 10 times.
Got it. So you're getting your walk-in traffic that doesn't really pay attention to your channel, but then you're getting mail-in through your channel as an additional revenue stream. So online presence definitely is doing well for you. And just for your stores, I mean, how do you do a local online present footprint?
So normally we do events. We do events for locals, 4th of July, all the events, Thanksgiving, and then we do a lot of things that people are interested in. Free food, free soup. And then they come in, but it's free if you purchase something. Doesn't matter what it is, a case, a tempered glass, something. So we spend, I don't know, $1,000, but we make on that day 10,000.
Oh, I love it. That's a great idea. Just randomly, hey, weekend free hot dog meals or something like that, right? Or I don't know.
You know what I used to do in my slow days? I used to own retail stores back in the days, and I used to look what the slowest day of the week, and that day I will make free accessory with any purchase, like something. I just give back. Buy one, get one free. The strongest deals happens always on Wednesdays. And I mentioned that and every day. I said, guys, you want to get a better deal? You come on Wednesday. Tell your family to come Wednesday. So I made my worst days best days of the week. And suddenly Wednesday become one of the top best days, and we're making more money. It took a while, but at least I had to talk about it and let people know.
Awesome. That's awesome. Martin, you want to add anything else before I go on to Barack? Did I say that right?
No. I mean, a lot of people that have contacted us through email or through messages is because they saw something of us doing. They tried to do it and it was too complicated.
So you're getting that mail in, and you're also getting your walk-in traffic locally. That's awesome.
Correct.
Okay, that's a good spin for everybody to know. All right, Brock, we're gonna go around the room because everybody has something to add about online presence. I'm excited to hear
of course.
Yes.
Actually, the before, like now, I'm on the totally different point on the sales. This wholesale, totally different things for our customers, and I see the 20 hour of customers, and I guess the Martin as well. And I'm not sure if I'm wrong. I apologize for if I have another customers on this live right now.
Yeah.
But I can say that like the before in the past, I has a stores and I was doing that, and I see a lot of the plus sales on my store. Remember, I mean, like memory is so important. If I remember on the next time or on the mall or in somewhere else, if I remember my customers and if I can say to their name, it will be starting +1. And we were using one of the software for, we were taking all the informations before repair or any sales, his name, surname, and phone number, and if possible, email address. And we can send to emails for like slow days. And on this day, we have like Ahmed, we have an extra discount on this date. And also birthdays is so important. We can send to emails, and for you for today, like a 10% extra discount or something like that. The peoples are must be feel special. If people are feeling special for this company, and they will love it. And I can say for this sales, up to sale for this.
That's awesome. Okay, thank you for that recommendation.
Barack, you sound so nice. I want to open a store just to buy from you, man.
I know, right? It's so
nice. he makes it so nice. And your birthday, I'll give you this. I'll come and eat with you. I mean, come on, guys. This is a customer service right there.
Yeah,
I swear to
that's
God.
awesome.
You know what I mean?
Ahmed, sometimes I'm your customer, Ahmed, and my birthday is coming, brother.
All right, Milton, what do you want to say about online presence? Screen buyer, online presence. What about shops that you work with, your masterminds? What are they talking about online presence?
Yeah. So, like I said, the mastermind groups is like an online thing, right? So, by the way, I just found out. I asked one of my guys to contact us at Screen Buyer. It's in our page, so you could just ask about that if you wanted to join the mastermind group. Awesome. But I think I mentioned the Facebook Marketplace is a good way to keep pushing devices like what Tony Baker does and everything. I've seen him for a couple of years. I remember nobody sold devices 5 years ago, and then he started coming up, and then all of a sudden everyone's buying devices from him. So I do have to say that he helped push that idea, just getting devices in and just following the social media of what everybody's doing. Like Martin, what he's doing, he's doing the the B2B stuff, getting stuff in the mail. It sounds like he's very successful with the mail things, and I just think that if you talk to more people like us and Nicole Russell, you're very good with getting the networking done. If you know I bet if I want to ask you who the best SEO person is, I'm sure you're a good resource for that. I'm sure.
Knowing people, that's my job.
Yeah.
Thank you, Milton. I appreciate that. That's
great. Yeah, no, definitely. I think that the more people you talk to in this industry, the more you'll be able to learn from everyone. I think if I were to add any more, it would just be whatever you guys are saying. I honestly think that you guys have a lot of good answers how to get that online presence. I've actually learned from this conversation more than what I thought I knew.
Oh, that's so great. That's awesome. That's really good. I'm glad to hear that. So Akko definitely has an online footprint, but Alicia, you're dealing with shops. Do you guys talk about that with them on having an online presence as marketing? They sell Akko, or how does that work? I mean,
yeah, absolutely. So we create posts for them that are fitted to almost every social media platform.
wow.
We have ways for them to add Akko to their website and still, get credit for every sale they make. We have ways for shops to get involved in their community. So like you're saying, be present, but also, position your shop with your community. It's funny, I just talked to someone who had a lot of success just staying involved with their local daycares or local schools. All those families with kids spilling things on their laptops, smashing their phones and all of that. They've actually gotten so much success from that as well. So just, be a staple in your community too, and know your community well enough.
Awesome. Thank you so much. That's true. And I love that you guys make posts. I actually didn't know that.
I didn't know that, but this is good. This is good. You got to motivate them. You got to push them a little bit. And they have to. Yeah, that's good. That's good that you're marketing and helping them. Yeah.
Nick, what about online?
We have Nick. Yeah, Nick.
Yeah. So there's been a lot of good advice here. One thing I just want to tack on is make sure your basic info is easily accessible. Because if they can't find your contact info, if they can't find your address, if your Google presence or Apple Maps presence isn't in the right spot, customers can't find you. There are so many shops that their Google Maps pin is on the wrong street or completely wrong, and they don't even realize it, and they're wondering why they're slow. It's because customers can't find them, and rather than calling you up, they're going to just assume you're closed or out of business. So, all these other things are great. Like you should work on doing those, but make sure your basic info is easily accessible, easy to find from the customers, and then build from there.
Google My Business page. I find some shops don't actually even have a listing. They haven't claimed it.
Yeah.
And it's free. And it works like social media, right? I mean, I don't personally post on it, but we post on it every day, like as if it's social media, and it helps with our ranking. So I feel like shops need to treat it like social media.
You know what I'm doing right now? Replying to all the Google reviews that I had.
Awesome.
Contests. For all of my cell phone repair shops, we did a Google review contest. Anybody that gets past than 50 Google review a month, they get $500.
That's awesome, man. I love that. You talked about that last time, and I think that was absolutely amazing. I can't. You're going to elaborate on that a little bit more at the expo. You have so much to talk about at the expo, anyways. So,
I will take a day off and walk in the mall and tell people leave us good reviews. I will bring you 50 to get that $500.
I literally paid the first 2 locations.
I don't care. I'll go to my cousins, my friends, everybody. I'm my ex-girlfriend.
You got to do what you got to do. I'm paying. Look, this is how I put it out for my. This is how I put it out for my employees. There's money on the shelf. All you got to do is reach out and get it. That's all I'm saying. We did also the same thing for the Akko. We did also the same thing for activations, I think, and the financing. One of my guys already did 35 finances last month. He gets $1,000. If you are a smart business owner and average each finance at $1,000, that's $35,000 extra. One store could make because you're giving them $1,000.
Yeah,
and we did that.
Wow, that's so awesome. So awesome. No wonder you're doing well, Tony, and you don't really feel the pain right now. Okay, Jonathan, online presence. You throw out some really nice images, so I know you're up to date with online presence. What are your thoughts and tips?
Yes. So, my own experience is since I started doing online business, like I started putting my business online, like social media, Google, website, my business changed 360. Like it was a big change. And the reason why, it's because a lot of people see the social media and online presence as an add-on for their business, but this is not an add-on. This is necessary. And this is something that gives your customers an image of a serious business, because they know they have a website. For example, in my experience, we launched our website. We have an online chat to help people if they have questions. We post every single day on Facebook, Instagram, Google. Like we're constantly posting and giving information to customers, not only sales, like hey, we have this phone or things like that, but we also give them like small tips that they can know. Hey, your charging port is faulty, just clean it a little bit and it could help. If not, bring it to us. So also give it that confidence that you don't want to always charge them for something, that you can also help them with something. So that's one of the things. And the other thing is, as Martin mentioned, limiting your business to the city that you're at. That's what happened when you don't have online presence in an e-commerce. When you're, for example, I'm in Jacksonville, Florida, but we do get sales in Texas, we get sales in New York, we get sales in different places that we wouldn't reach if we were not online. So that's something that you gotta keep in mind. Also, cost of having like your business online. It's pretty much having, and it's a little bit combined with what you talk about in the last call, which is BAs. I have BAs for like pretty much anything. I have people that post, that update my website, that are always chatting with people, that help me respond in messages. So I'm always active online, and not necessarily it's me that I have to be there. I just have people trained. And just one more thing that I want to add is information about your business. If you train a person in a store and you want to have them show customers what you do, what you offer, insurance, financing, everything, sometimes it's a little bit hard to communicate everything at the same time. And not only because the customer won't know what you're talking about, it's also because probably the sales representative forget what he has to say or things like that. Online helps you with that. If you have a website, you can show all that. You say, I have financing, I do tradings, I buy phones, I sell phones, I buy tablets, computers, repair drones, whatever. You can put as much information as you can. You just got to be organized and in a way that people can actually reach this information without having to go to 1,000 different tabs. So it's just a way of showing your business a little bit easier, having presence everywhere, not only local, and also helping your people, your team, to also like, let's say, like support from the website. Because sometimes I had this problem, and this is just a personal experience I want to share. And I had the problem with where I had a lot of phones in inventory on the warehouse, not in the physical stores. I had some in the physical stores, but the warehouse was the one that had the most. And they were always texting me, hey, Jonathan, do we have this? Hey, Jonathan, do we have this? So I say, you know what? Let me pull all the inventory of the warehouse in my website. And if you have a question, just go to the website, look it up. If it's there, we have it. That's it. You don't have to ask me. And that helped a lot. And people, even inside the store, they go online and make a purchase through the website because it's just way easier. And they can get it delivered to their house. They can get it shipped. They can pick it up. Like, it's really up to them. So it's just a way of pretty much spreading information.
What is the name of your website, Jonathan?
Superphonesinc.com.
What's the name of your website?
Phonesinc.com. So if you look it up, and everyone is here and the ones that are listening to this, go there and see everything that we have, like such as inventory, colors, grading, what I mentioned before, like grade C, grade B, grade A. You can tell
phones, like with an S.
Yeah, with an S.
Inc,
like Superman,
INC?
but just phones. Yes.
Got it. Superphonesinc.com.
Yeah. There you go. So
good stuff, man. That's awesome.
So do you actually, let me ask you a few questions if you don't mind. Do you actually, so you do sell devices on your website, correct? And
yes.
You do, right? You do sell devices on your website to regular customers. How do you handle disputes, if there is any? Or how do you filter the fraud customers or anything like that?
So we have had a great communication with Clover. Clover is my POS. That's the one I use for my debit and credit card sales. And we were able to integrate Clover with our website. And for some reason, I don't know if anybody else here uses Clover or have used Clover in the past, but since I opened my business, there's no one dispute that I have lost. Why? Because first, like with the disputes that are in the store, I always have pictures of the people paying, like tapping the card or doing whatever to pay. And I just send them like a small summary, like saying, hey, I contact the customer. He didn't even answer. He didn't tell me about any failures with his phone or device. So I'm not going to be able to accept the chargeback just because he's not answering my messages. So I showed them record of me trying to cut them emails and stuff like that, and I always do it that way, and I have never lost a dispute with a club at least. So that's something that helped me a lot. And also,
what about on the website?
So on the website, the good thing is the people that I hire, which I have a team now that it's in charge of my actually my platform for easy learning and my retail business, which is Superphones, and they have a way to filter when people are trying to make a payment. They have a way to filter, like if there have been multiple payments or multiple taps or multiple things like that, it can be actually like flagged, and they're not going to be able to process the order through the website. So that's like a security part that my team added. I don't have much knowledge about it because they're the ones that take care of that part, but they're pretty much lowering the risk of me selling devices to people that are just probably doing it with a stolen credit card or stuff like that. And there's another thing too. Once we receive an order, if it's from out of Jacksonville, not local, we'll always reach them. We'll always call them like, hey, this is Jonathan at Superphones. Is wanna thank you for the order you just made. I want to see like you didn't get any cases or tempered glass from my website. Do you want to have something added? I can get you a better price, stuff like that. And all of that is through the Phone Pro, which repair desk, and that's recorded. So in case that something happens, I also have the record of the conversation that was given in case, the dispute. Being honest, since I opened my website, I haven't got any disputes. It's not something that I have experienced. And if I do, I have a lot of things to support myself in case that happens.
Nice.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And Jonathan, you'll be speaking at the expo.
Yes, so that's one thing. I won't be talking about online prices. I'll be talking about micro soldering, but I'm going to have a small part of the presentation that I'm going to talk about, like how online business, the online presence have changed my business. And it also helped me a huge change. Now that things are kind of a little bit harder with economy and stuff like that. Online always brings you people that you're not going to reach any other way. So
thank you.
Yeah,
That's
I'll
great.
be there.
Yeah, I just want to add real quick before we go to Jeff. People always ask me what changed the Cellbotics brand because I had been around since 2010, but nobody had heard about me. And I would say probably 6 years ago when I really hit online hard and I had to get over my insecurities. And I was like, I'm just going to put my face everywhere. And so what people say, that's really what changed it. So I just say, just record your face. Say something, record it, put it online, do the best you can, just start. Okay. Go ahead, Jonathan. You're muted.
Yeah, that's one more thing that I wanted to add. On my social media, I've seen, and this is like a suggestion for everyone that's here, when you have a human like behind a social media or website, and they have something that they can look at video, and you're talking like, hey, how are you guys? We have a deal going on. Come here, do this. Like, just put the human part in your social media and your online. It helps a lot. It helped me a lot. And because people know there's a face behind there, people know there's someone that's actually helping you, teaching you, whatever you're doing. So that's one of the things that really worked for us and has been working. When we do, just to give you an idea, when we do an Instagram story and we just put like graphic design images, we get good views, but not as much as we have a face talking, a face talking, saying something about your business. It will help you increase
so
a lot.
Much.
It's
Thank
really,
you.
really good.
Thank you. Yeah. So before we say there is a comment that I want to address, but after I let Jeff, you've got some really unique stuff going on. Your TikToks, I just crack me up. The ones that you've recently been making. I can't tell you, I probably rewatched the last one probably 4 times. I just couldn't get enough of it. The technical engineer or something like that. It was just like, it just made me laugh thinking about it. So what do you think about online presence and what has it done for your business? We all know you have this $1 million store. So
yeah, it's not important at all. You don't need to mess with it. Don't worry about it. No, seriously though, it's probably one of the most important things that you can do, in my opinion. This has always been an extreme focus for us ever since we started the business, and I think it's one of the major contributing forces behind our success is how active we've always tried to be on social media and online in general. But recently with the economy and everything, I think it's even more important to stand out and to try and increase your online footprint as much as possible, and to experiment with new platforms and things like that. That's why we've started getting in on TikTok and creating these funny videos with our employees acting on them. We're acting out customer stories, so it's something that everybody can kind of relate to, the customers, the employees, and it's just kind of fun for everybody. It's entertainment instead of just producing ads and putting, boring stuff out there all the time that people are like, do we really care about this? But it's good to do things that really kind of capture people's attention. And that way, you can provide entertainment, you can provide fun, you can, grow that a lot more easily because people are interested and they're a lot more likely to share it and things like that and rewatch it. But then you can slide in some other things like advertisements and pro tips and helpful hints and things like that throughout, so that you just kind of change it up, and you're providing a lot of different types of content, and then people are a lot more receptive when they do get to your ads. And more importantly than that, like, they just know who you are. You're branding yourself. You're creating a name for yourself in the local community and the world, because it's out there for everybody. And so, when somebody's looking for a place to get their phone fixed or buy a phone, sell a phone, or whatever, you're going to pop into people's minds because you're already on their feeds and in their faces every day. So I think it's just extremely important.
That's awesome. I have to ask you, do customers ever know it's them?
I'm sorry, what?
Do customers ever know it's them?
So far, not yet. We try and do more extreme cases, and I think that's what we're going to do more in the future, because we started getting a little more close to home, and I don't want to alienate or pick out anybody specifically, but we might get a few with some of these extreme cases as well. But those are really the outliers if anybody does realize it's them.
Can I ask you something to Jeff? Jeff, can you see your watchers or your followers are a regular TikTok customer, TikTok users, or like a store owners? And can you see like this percentage, or you can understand anything on the reports?
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
You can see what types of people are following us or liking or commenting or whatever. There's a decent amount of store owners, but it's also a whole lot of people that we've never heard from. It's a lot of our current fan base, from Facebook and Instagram and things like that, because as we're trying to build our TikTok, we're trying to get people from Facebook and Instagram to come and follow our TikTok pages. But I'd say the majority of the people on TikTok are just new people that are just popping up. It's still a relatively new platform, so you can still gain a lot of momentum, a lot more so than you can on Facebook and Instagram and things like that right now. It's gotten extremely difficult to get a lot of views or plays or anything on Facebook, Instagram, and that's why we've kind of branched off more into TikTok. And when we first started TikTok, nobody was using it, and we would post just stupid stuff like a video of a phone, a new phone that came out or something, and get like 50,000 views. It was just ridiculous when we first started, but now it's a lot more realistic. It's starting to get more saturated. So, we post some pretty decent content, maybe get 5,000 views, or if it goes viral, then we'll still get, 20,000, whatever.
Let me tell you something, Barack. When you start marketing, and like Jeff, what he said, it doesn't matter who follow you, even if they're business owners. Guess what? The algorithm is going to push that video to their followers, which is customers. So let the competition follow you. What they did, they helped you to reach their customers. You know what I mean? There is something coming out of it all the time.
No, I'm asking because the people are watching the Jeff's or the Martin's videos and TikTok contents, and the regular customers, like they don't have any repair store or something like that, and they are learning something, and they're trying to buy parts and make it safely. And they come to me.
Yeah.
No.
So basically, Barack wants to put advertisements on your TikTok videos, Jeff. He would like a brand deal.
Okay. Talk about that.
No, yeah. but they are coming to individually, and we are not giving service to individual peoples. We are wholesalers. That's why
You can make money from TikTok. That too.
I wish.
Let me tell you, the last 3 leads came to me. The last 3 leads came to me, not customers. They're agencies. They want to work with me.
Yeah.
So sometime your competition will call you and tell you, hey, man, I give up. How can we work together? So it is what it is. I mean, in this world, people is going to try to do things and try to fix things. Don't distract yourself.
Exactly.
We are professionals. You have more tools than they ever going to make. There's no way. Look at Martin, around Martin right there. No customer will ever have what he has over there.
That's so true. We have we're way over an hour. It's 1:24, but we have one comment that I feel like is really important, and a lot of shops do ask this. I mean, even us in training, we get this question a lot. What would be a great margin on a refurb device or for reselling? So I feel like a lot of you can give some tips here. Who wants to go first?
Okay, I'll let Tony talk or someone else, but this is what I'm going to say. There is no such as margin. There is a market price. I think that's my opinion. Because if I am in Miami and where's all competition, my margin is going to be different than I'm in the middle of Villageville, in the middle of nowhere. Then I'm going to mark up my price.
This is actually the biggest challenge, the biggest number one challenge that a lot of store owners either stop selling phones or don't sell phones that are in their stores is because of the margin. You said it right. There's a market price. Every city has its own market price. I'm in Tampa, Florida. You can buy an iPhone XR for $180, $185 wholesale. I can tell you there's people that selling it for $199 down the street from me. There's another stores that selling it for $229. And there's me who is selling it for $249 to $279 in my stores. I am not the cheapest, but I believe that marketing is huge on how you can promote your product. And you don't have to be the cheapest in your city to be number one. You can be more visible. You can have organized stores, and you can have the most marketing tools. That's how you become famous, and that's how customers come to you. I'll give you the best example: Starbucks. I haven't drank Starbucks in a year or so. Last time I tried, the cup that I was paying $2 and some cents, now it's like $5 and some cents. So, and you can get the same exact coffee at a Wawa gas station or racetrack for $1 and some change, the same exact coffee. Why they're successful? Because they have standalone buildings, they have marketing, they have donations that they give to specific agencies or companies, and they have visible locations. So that's why they're staying successful. So I don't think you can be the cheapest to be successful. I think you just have to have the right tools. In our industry, what I can relate to is having the financing companies, which you can promote $50 down. You can have insurance for $10 a month. That way your customers, if they break it, they can come back and fix it for the same amount of $10 or $12. And then you can have inventory, like Wilbert said. You can have inventory, and the biggest problem is a lot of people are attached to these devices as their family members. Get rid of them. Buy more. Sell them. Buy more. This is not your girlfriend. This is not your boyfriend. Sell it. Get rid of it. Let that money flow into your stores within 30 days. If you make $50 profit on the device, it's better than make and sell 5 in one day. It's better than making $100 profit and sell 2 in a week. You understand what I'm saying? There is no attachment to these devices. We're here. We sell devices. As long as you bring more customers through your door, that's how you stay successful. How to set your margin on devices? I believe there is no specific percentage. I think there's a specific model. iPhones that are probably $500 plus price. I think you're able to make $200 profit on these devices, such as 12 Pro Maxes, 13 Pro Maxes, 14 Pro Maxes. These phones, you're able to make more than $200 on each phone. iPhone 11s, 11 Pro Maxes, and you have to put them in 3 different categories, I believe, to make the profit. 11s, 11 Pro Maxes, 12 and 13s, you can make $100 profit on these phones. iPhone XS Maxes, XRs, and XSs. You could probably make $75 profit on these devices. iPhone 7s, 7 Plus, 8, and 8 Plus, you probably can make $50 profit on these devices. So there is no such percentage. There is a tier for devices. If a customer can spend $700, I guarantee you they can spend $900. If a customer can spend $100, they cannot spend $300. They can spend probably $120, $150. So you need to go based on what models are these devices are and set your profit margin based on the cost price of the phone and the tier of what kind of customers you will get. You know, you'll get some people who have $100. They just need an iPhone. Carry iPhone 6s or 7s for them. You get people who have, you know, the ones to 12 Pro Max or 13 Pro Max. You can upgrade them to a 14 Pro Max or make $200 profit on those devices. I think probably Jeff can probably have more information hands-on into cell phone repair shop stores.
Yeah, I want to ask the shop owners here on the call. Each of you, we'll let Jeff go next. I want
before we say anything,
okay.
Get your ticket, guys. Get your ticket.
Yes,
we want to see you. Make sure to be at the expo.
Listen, all this stuff you're learning here on this live, can you imagine what's going to happen at the expo?
Man, who's all of you here on the panel going?
Everybody.
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody?
All of them are speakers or exhibitors. They were all there and bringing people, and then they're
Nick, you're going, right?
Yep.
That's right. Barack.
Sponsor it.
My man.
Go. He's a sponsor. They do. They have a booth. They have a pretty big booth there. So
I'm going to come and look for all of you when I get there.
you know, Charity's going to work for them, my daughter. So she's going to be out there. Look for her face because she's going to be holding signs and just pulling you into the booth. So if you see a teenager running around telling you, come to the phone LCD parts booth, that's probably my child.
Yeah.
I love it.
I will be there.
Yeah, awesome. All right, Jeff, devices.
Yeah, so Tony's pretty much dead on everything that he said as far as that goes. In fact, I learned most of what I know about selling devices from Tony in the first place.
Awesome.
But I would say, you know, what he was saying specifically about, you know, you can make your own prices based on how you present the store and things like that. And that's always been my philosophy or my model, because I'm going more after like the Starbucks model or the Apple model or something like that. I have a standalone building. We try and make it look as nice as possible, like you're walking into an Apple store. We display the devices very well. We try and have high-end devices, but we also have, you know, low-end devices if people are going to need that. And then we present those. We take great photos of that. I have a full-time social media person that works in the store who's also a photographer and a graphic designer who will spend all day taking photos of things, posting them online, talking to people about them, posting them on Facebook Marketplace, posting them on all our social media, and doing videos, whatever we need to do. And then we can kind of set our prices. We'll sell devices for over retail sometime, depending on what it is, because to us, it is more about being the best. That's what I was talking about earlier. Like we pride ourselves on being the best and setting ourselves apart from all of the other stores, not being the cheapest, not a race to the bottom. But you know, when you come to our store, you're going to get that vibe like everybody's been talking about. It's going to be a great vibe, a great environment. You're going to walk in, it's going to be nice. The customer service is going to be the best that you've ever had. And you're paying for that in effect, you know, like just like you do with Apple or whatever. You pay a premium for a great experience and a great product and things like that. And that's what you expect. And that's what we've always tried to present our store. So yeah, we shoot for $200 profit on most devices. Now, like Tony said, it's a you know, fluctuating scale as far as that goes. The cheapest devices we're probably only going to make $50 on, whereas the most expensive MacBooks and computers we're going to be making $300 profit or $400 profit potentially, and the stuff in the middle is going to be right around $200 profit. But you know, we try and maximize that profit as much as possible, even if that means, you know, that we're maybe charging more than you could get that phone on eBay or on Marketplace or something like that. But you're getting customer service, you're getting help with that device, setting it up, learning how to use it, getting the proper accessories you need for it, all the things that you need for that device. So The only thing that I would add to that is that things are slightly different now with the current economy, like I was talking about earlier. Therefore, it's not as easy to.
Oh, we lost Jeff. I wanted to
let me add one more thing, just one more, just 10 seconds. Jeff,
Okay.
You're back. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Jeff.
I'm back. You got it.
Okay. All right. Go
I
ahead.
had a question for him. Do you guys do like negotiating for prices, or do you just have the one set price?
Yeah, that's a good question. We used to a long time ago negotiating, and that works especially when you're just getting started or when you're trying to have the best prices available or as many sales as you want. But that also leads to a lot of issues as far as like people coming in and wanting to haggle and taking a lot of time for every purchase price and them expecting better deals than you're even capable of doing for them. So at a certain point we decide, no, we just have set prices. That is how it is. But what we'll do now,
the proper way, just want to add this, to negotiate price, they must trade in their old phone. That's the best way. Why negotiate a price that's already set without you being taking advantage of the situation? So if they trade in their old device, that's a negotiation that you can do, and you're win-win in both situations as a store owner.
I need to stop here. Okay, I need to just add something, and then we have to end the live. Okay, because it's going over a little bit. But I want to respect everybody's time. Martin, I just wanted to tee you up real quick before we get off of here. Can you please explain to everyone in Spanish about the micro soldering championship? I mean, if they're watching your channel, they're a micro solderer, they want to come out and compete. Can you just explain a little bit about that?
Yes, for sure. Entonces vamos a tener una competencia de quién puede soldar ciertos componentes en unas tarjetas madres. Entonces, si quieres participar en esta competencia, ve a Gadget Repair Expo.com para que te registres y formes parte de esta competencia que vamos a tener. Quien gane la competencia gana $1,000. Entonces, más aparte vas a poder conocer a bastantes personas que van a estar acá exponiendo, proveedores acá dentro de los Estados Unidos. Entonces, si tienes tiempo y puedes ir, deberías ir. Esa es una buena experiencia. Ahí vamos a estar también con todas estas personas que miras acá.
Thank you. So Martin is a judge, and so is Jonathan. Then we have Dustin and Michael. So Jonathan, do you want to add anything before we go? If you guys want to register to compete, win $1,000, win a title belt, bragging rights, be listed on our website as the year's winner, you can register at GadgetRepairExpo.com. Click micro soldering on the menu. You want to add anything?
You want it English or Spanish?
You know what? Do both, or one, pick one, English is fine.
Okay.
She already said it in English. Just say it in Spanish then.
There we go.
Okay, I'm just going to say it in Spanish.
Okay.
Then. Okay. Bueno, mi nombre es Jonathan de Easy Learning. Espero que todos tengan la oportunidad de poder presentarse aquí dentro de la competencia que vamos a tener en Orlando. Va a ser en mayo 11 y mayo 12. Vamos a ver varios jueces aquí como Martín, que se ríe. Y vamos a estar súper emocionados de tenerlos a todos allí. Va a haber una competencia en un primer día para poder calificarlos. Y en el segundo día vamos a tener otra competencia en la cual vamos a definir un ganador que se va a llevar, como lo mencionó Martín, los $1,000. Y puede que sea un poco más dependiendo de cuánta gente venga. Así que no se lo pierdan, muchísima información, muchísima gente para poder tener sus negocios a un siguiente nivel, así que pronto nos vemos en el Gadget Repair Expo.
That was so much, sounds like one big long word.
Yeah, really? Yeah.
That was awesome. Wow, I wish I spoke Spanish. All right. So thank you guys for being here. I know we could keep going, but it's just been an hour and 40 minutes. So, we're going to come to the expo and you can learn so much more than what you're going to learn here on the live.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you. It's great. It's a great panel.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much for helping. Thank you so much.
Awesome.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye.
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 Bye, guys.